Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how we can actually take an iframe on our website and kind of transform it into just a standard link. And the reason we would want to do this is because iframes themselves aren't really compliant, or ADA compliant, I should say. Um, when we create an iframe, we really rely on the source being compliant, and that's actually not the case more than half the time. So I'll show you what I'm referring to. If I go ahead and just look at the scan for this page, I'm going to go ahead and scan this home page here. And I'm just going to have a color contrast one. Let's not worry about that though. I'm just going to go ahead and add a widget here. And I'm going to add an iframe widget. Okay, so I have an iframe widget here. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a text box widget as well. And I do this because there's more than one way to add an iframe. We can also use the video widget, but it's basically the same thing. It's basically just going to do the exact same thing, going to add an iframe for us. So I'm going to go ahead and configure this iframe, and I'm going to keep the title the same. For the iframe URL, I'm just going to type in the standard YouTube embed template there. If this is unfamiliar to you, I encourage you to watch my how to embed a YouTube video. Um, it goes over everything that I'm doing here. I'm just going to expedite the process. And so I'm just going to take this little portion here. Let's go ahead and copy that. And I'm just going to paste this and then save. All right, now I got a nice little video playing here, and so I'm gonna take that whole thing now. I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm just gonna place that into this text box as well. So I'm gonna call this text box. Great, and then click on the little planet icon and just paste that right in here. Let's make this 100% by 300, and I'm gonna give this one a title. Just say video. I'll explain what this advisory title is much later, but definitely watch the video um, that goes over this editor here. It gives a little bit more in depth about what's going on, but basically one of these is going to be non-compliant or going to have a compliance issue. So let me go ahead and scan the page now. All right, so we're going to have frame title, and this frame title actually is coming from this iframe here. So what's happening is this iframe does not have a title to it. Well, it does have a title, this title here, but this is the title of the widget, not the actual iframe. Whereas this iframe here does have a title, this advisory title, and that's why we add that one there. So let's go back into that. So we have advisory title, or frame title, excuse me, video caption, and video description. So these are actually coming from both of these. It only shows the one, but basically what's happening is YouTube is only sending us what we need to display the video, um, not really what we need to have it be compliant. So this video caption and video description is expecting a certain programmatic format to how this code is configured. It gets really complicated and technical, but basically YouTube is sending us non-compliant code. And there's the problem. Unfortunately, we don't have any control over it, so there's nothing that we can do ourselves. However, to get rid of these compliance issues, we can change these so that instead of these actual videos on our web page here, we can just change these into links there. So I'm just going to take this YouTube embed, I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to use the link option. Let me get my cursor ready. All right, going to chain link this, and I'm just going to paste that link right in there. And I'm just call this link to classroom assignments module video. Assignments. Great. Click OK. And now I can get rid of this iframe. All right. Okay, so now I have a standard link here, and I'm not going to scan just yet because I still have this iframe here. So what am I going to do about this one? Well, I'm actually going to add a widget. I'm going to choose the links option, and I'm going to use this links option to display this iframe basically. What's gonna happen is that I'm gonna have just a standard link here that looks somewhat like this, but not exactly. So I'm gonna click on list. For text, I'm gonna call this link to YouTube video I would get more technical and say the classroom assignments, but just for expediency's sake, I'm just going to provide this link to YouTube video here. And let's go ahead and remove this second one because we don't need that right now. Then over in General tab, I'm going to change this number of links displayed at once to just one. And let's go ahead and save this. Alright, now I have that link to YouTube video, and I can go ahead and get rid of this iframe here. Alright, and naturally I could place this little screenshot of the video as the image here. I don't currently have an image to use though, unfortunately, so I'll just leave this as it is, and then you can just go ahead and change your change the image there from that little image icon at the bottom. But now if I go ahead and scan my page, I shouldn't have any 8A compliance errors about the iframe. I'll still have that color contrast error, which is a separate issue, but the iframe errors are now gone. And this is exactly how we change our content to better work for us and better be more compliant.